The early 1900s were an important time for the railroads in the United States as a whole. With the brand new technological advancements like oil and electricity, new ways of powering everyday items were discovered. The locomotive manufacturers were also experimenting with new ways to power locomotives. Some examples of this were the various box cab electric locomotives and the development of the diesel-electric locomotive in the 1920s. Railroads around this time used 440 steam locomotives for switching in yards. However, new switchers called critters were being introduced. Many of them were battery-powered. One of these was built by General Electric in 1917. This critter was a 15-ton LSB-2E12 storage battery locomotive. General Electric used the engine at its Erie shops for a few months before selling it to the Newport News Shipbuilding and Dry Dock Company in 1918. The engine served the shipyard all the way through World War II before being sold to the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway in the 1950s. There it was numbered X-5000, but eventually it was renumbered 18742. In that same decade, the critter found itself in the C&O's Huntington repair shop, shuttling dead locomotives to and from the repair shop. The engine wore standard C&O enchantment blue and had a safety message on the nose that read, "Be careful." By the 1970s, most of these critter locomotives had been replaced by the much more modern EMD switchers like the SW1 or MP15. But this C&O critter was still serving the Huntington shops with no sign of retirement in sight. Shortly after the chassis system mergers, the critter was painted in chassis paint and had become the oldest engine on the roster. The unit even survived into the CSX era, where it was painted in stealth paint scheme. In January of 1992, CSX retired the critter and donated it to the B&O Railroad Museum, where it was stored but not displayed. The locomotive made its way to the Lakeshore Railway Museum at some point in the last decade. The engine is on display there as of August 2024, wearing CSX stealth paint. The future of this engine remains a mystery, but maybe perhaps it will be restored to operating condition. Whatever happens to it, though, it is a miracle it was preserved in the present day.